it. One, if the military junta can't engage with Salone government for solve the problem once and for all, then come, then grab back. What should we do? Let me tell you, any international institution gets your mandate. This is not a question of MR, Mano River Union. This is not a question of ECOWAS any longer. This is not a question of the African Union any longer. This is not a question of the United Nations, because it was the very United Nations who set up the International Court of Justice. Please, for several people, then, go direct to the International Court of Justice. The International Court of Justice, above all, is mandated for put its hold to all the querents then, to all the two parties then, until the survey is done, a verdict is reached at. How? When you go complain to the International Court of Justice, they are what? Mandated for solve border issues then between and among nations then. United Nations, AU all will go on diplomatic approach. The junta is not into listening to diplomatic approach. Ask this question. If they go on diplomacy, junta know fully well say, by constitution and by international law, they're not supposed to take power from a civilian government. They took it, right? They don't listen to nobody, right? And if they rule by decree, right? They rule by the constitution of the council. So what's the essence for diplomatic with the junta government? We don't fight them. We don't go for fight. We don't revenge them. But let me go to the direct source where we're able to solve the problem once and for all. Diplomacy will just waste the time. And the people, they are suffering. We don't know whether WHO will come to their aid. We don't know whether WFP they near there. We don't know whether UNICEF they near there. But as long as we tell you, my people are suffering. We want a direct approach to the issue.
So we they say direct approach. People will actually know, like, what it actually mean? Because we not so the first thing is we don't get a resolution. I'm sure Mane, you go agree with that. I mean, not today we don't sit on a round table. Actually, they talk, say, no, do X, Y, Z for this particular thing. So if you're saying another thing will be done, and the one the day before, then they say otherwise.
Thank you. Sierra Leone is a democratic government for the fact that it is elected by the will of the people. And international law, when you get a conflict with the neighbor, go to the right judicial authorities there. And not the ICC is not mandated for arbitration over border disputes, right? Not even the ECOWAS court, right? And as all the relevant court I know globally will get the responsibility for doing other the International Court of Justice. So to me, all this diplomacy will take a long time. The procedures might take a long time. The procedures will solve the problem immediately. So for us not to waste time, I suggest the Salone government make a direct approach to the International Court of Justice. And mind you, the so-called associate professor from the University of Miami, where the government of Sweden be nominated for be part and parcel of the 15 judges them, like the International Court of Justice, at the press briefing, he talk up. When we ask him about the problem of Yenga, he say him. If the issue with the International Court of Justice, it will not be part of the judges there. Because there, where you country involved, it will be part of the judges there. But it's the appropriate body for solving this problem.
So, Mane, what's your take in that regard?
Thank you very much. The issue of Yenga, as we just discussed, just pan immediately. Over the years, we don't hear Yenga. In fact, the first time I hear Yenga, that was during Dr. Pakaba,
yes.
again. And we know to get too much understanding until history begin to tell you what in a younger, son a younger, what we younger get, what we get, then as I don't get them. So, in a nutshell, not to today, younger issue don't they come up. Waiting the question I go on for action, waiting government of Salone don't they do? You go here, they don't tell you say we don't do diplomacy, because everything we then go for go do is a diplomatic, action or approach. Because Joy Pakaba in term, then go they say then demarcate the place, then the demarcation indicates say the place lies inside Salone, so it means I alone get them. That's what diplomatic approach. Pakaba come out. And there's by command camp, and by command camp na power. It was the same thing. Then go back again. They suppress the people there, and they say we do diplomatic approach. Then go they talk to them. That was who was in power, in fact, for Guinea. Lansana Conte. He was in power, but by that time, Professor. Yes. Then go talk to them. They say okay, they give it to commodity. Now, we don't get a military ruler, the ruler is a civilian, when I form a military man, with President Brigadier Julius Maada Bio. So we expect also since a military man with a military idea, we go younger issues go be solved once and for all.
So like when they all tuna military people.
Yes, and now one can say these military people now we can't take over Yenga are being ruled by a junta. This is a junta government from Guinea. Now they don't get more power, more zeal, more mind, because now they are not being ruled by constitution anymore, now by decree. Which they tell them in the morning, now they do. Now our people in Yenga are suffering. They suppress them, they don't live. In fact, they live like a foreigner. They are not living like Sierra Leonean. Because even with the currency they use, the Guinean currency, because I have experienced it. I have been to that place. So I'm going to go in Guinean currency we use. So it is true now that it has not been doing much. In the sense, diplomacy is not all the time a work. You know, sometimes when we are not saying they should take a brutal approach. But sometimes when you show say you are hard in another way, somebody know the way you. Now they say, they say forgo international courts. Now these people, don't take out from a younger issue. Now this president with this junta president in Guinea, he came into office through coup. Blah blah blah. He came, he begin for war. And now people, other community them organization, UN, AU, ECOWAS, the FCC, in rulership not democratic. So they send some delegates, tell them if I don't have power and this and that, we'll go back to civilian rule. Did he do it? Up to now, he's going back for 4 years now in office.
30 days.
So that man not can listen. If he not can listen to ECOWAS, AU, how much more so if we go to international court, the court will give you justice? He go listen to we? Yeah. So this is a question. So sometimes again, the approach, it's I don't know, but I feel like these Guineans, they don't we with Sierra Leone and government, they don't we the Sierra Leone military, they don't we with patients, they don't overstretch with patients, and it's getting too much now on the neck of Sierra Leone.
All right, I think that was only quickly. I think Tamba is on the line. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Tamba. Thankfully, we don't get you now. Just quickly, just tell we the current situation right now, because we are made for belief, say, soldiers then they things are calm. I mean, just confirm that they visually, now they see. Just take us through, please.
Yes, as for now, the current situation, Yenga and the surrounding community, then by the Guinea border, remain for be cool and calm. The security they at the top of the situation. Because when this thing will happen, na Yenga and the other surrounding community also been affected, like Sokoma, Pengo, Fendu, and other communities then been able left for migrate go na different area. After some time, we at least the Office of the National Security, the ISLAF and the police the head being called them on meeting, so they've been discussed the people in different communities they will surround by the Guinea border being able to return. But as for now, the one that within the younger community, now only one woman we na Mary James, we only na in more than a younger community. The town chief, the remaining people all don't come out, them actually don't be refuge now different place now.
Okay, so in essence, so not trust the entire process where they happen there right now.
Yeah, Salon governments we don't look at this struggle where them people go through, so them being able to give them food. After we don't give them the food, but now the rest to be able to give them because they don't get any other condiments for harvest and cook with the rest. But today we happen for be another new day. Hawa Sovra, the former IG for Salon in Wave, don't can donate condiment them to them people in Nayenga, where about 14 households them. You don't can give them condiment today for harvest, they go able to cook with the rest we governments give them.
All right, okay. We go actually like forget you more, but because of time, thank you very much for that update today, James. So that's now James Tambawe, the program manager for Voice of Kisi Radio na Koindu Tong Day, just 3 miles away from Yenga. Thank you very much there. Thank you. Yes, you're welcome. So yes, quick one. We say if you get what in James said the last side, it's like even the food the way government send right now, it's like if in any way anything go beyond that idea right now, it's not going to be even sufficient for the people out in the day.
Yes, this are the situation I tell you what, that the people have been deprived. They have been deprived of a place where they don't live from birth up to their age, and even some picking where they just unborn they have been deprived of their freedom. Freedom for live, freedom for do the things that they want to do. So like how foreign invasion could just come, foreign troop could just come and suppress Sierra Leoneans then and their own land, not to make them allow them to do the things that they used to do. So if you hear the report, I say if you exceed beyond this point, we temporal quietness don't need it for now. If you go beyond this point, it will be a problem for them. So it means he's indirectly calling the attention of the government.
Of the government, yes.
Say, come back. Even though you military troop the day, Salome military troop and deployer, but
it's like not enough.
We need more. We need more actions from the government. We need more drastic action. I can use the word drastic action because we have been using more diplomacy. Now it's now time to use more drastic action. Yes, we are calling to go to international court, but the question is, then go listen.
I think that's a very big question there because as it stands, yes, Mohammed.
Let me tell you, make it very clear the mandate of the International Court of Justice. Let me make clear to our listeners that when you expect the ECOMOG will come in favor of Salou or other African military officers there, if the case goes to the International Court of Justice, then they call topographers that will use the drone. If at all the minister have been telling that person, if he say Guinea don't fabricate the documents, the colonial master shows us the French and the English, then get the formal agreement, then get it mapped them. The court will ask them for produce them. In case the International Court of Justice gives judgment favorable to Sierra Leone, then the Guinean government no compliance. This is the consequence. Only then according to international law, ECOMOG gets right for mobilize the African Salou for push the Guineans back. Only then the African forces they will come, African military forces will come, then go for push the military forces of Guinea back. Only then we'll get international support, military or whatnot from Cuba and elsewhere in the world. But without, we'll not get the decision of the ICG, which was established by the United Nations, right? Where because anything happen at the General Assembly in the camp, we not go no side to diplomacy. Only the ICG decision, if it is in favor of Salou, Guinea forcefully will go back because we get international military solidarity.
Right. So quickly, we get on the line with us now, Kande Sise. Hello, Kande.
Yes, hello. How are you do?
Fine. Thank you for joining us. Quick one. We talk about the Yenga issue, and as a communications person and the consultants, quickly, one want to ask if governments actually don't do enough already with this whole Yenga issue currently they're on.
From where they watch the program and where they listen to the program, I want to say this now me made in edition. They don't invite me several times, but no chance. And me say for give me a small contribution and then me your idea on this Yenga issue. Let me lay a background. We all for know say Yenga no to today that issue they start. And then this does start from the time where the war done. You know, say the Guinean troop then come for can help with forfeit. And then later now they go occupy the place and they not go again. So since Pakaba in term, this thing don't happen. Now coming to the point where the Internal Affairs Minister, where in statement we make, and my colleague then at the studio, Mane, and also Pakama, we be to say na me editor, they all don't make their submission. But me they told the line say diplomacy and engagement that na the key. Why we for continue for engage in diplomacy? And then because the point where Pakama say because now it's just a government now indeed they know they go diplomacy. Now we get a background say this thing don't start from long. You get Alpha Conde, when a democratic elected president of Guinea. Still, he hand over Yenga to Salon? No. You get other presidents where we need it. Still, he hand over Yenga to Salon? No. So you get this military man where they did now. You don't hand over Yenga to Salon. So being democratic elected government or junta government, you understand, Guinea don't show to amount of lethargy. Say they know for hand over the place. But again, me no say and me feel say diplomacy for continue because them border disputes there, it is settled. Anybody tell you say you know they settle, it is settled. You get a lot of border disputes where it don't be. You get one way when I've been 2002 where you get Cameroon and Nigeria, the Bakassi Peninsula. You understand? Nigeria and Cameroon, they go to the International Court of Justice. At the end of the day, they settle them. Despite you get similar tension then, but by 2008, they hand over the place. So the way we get them. If you look similarly also, you get Ethiopia and Eritrea. You get Sudan and Southern Sudan, you over the Abyei region. It's settled. And you get Uganda and Democratic Republic of Congo, where it be to say, there's a situation today, where we say, na the Ukasi Island, that the Lake Albert, all the issues that they settle. So I feel to say, Salon, not exception, say this younger issue no able for settle. The only thing we need for do, from million side, million perception, we continue in dialogue, we continue in negotiation, and listen, we never fight Guinea. Let nobody not tell you lie. We can't fight Guinea, and because now we're neighbors, we don't need to crisis where Guinea don't come and can help you. And we don't see the might of Guinea military. You see where the current junta president enters Salon. What he enter with a plane? He enter with armor cars and every artilleries. Where he be to say, I know they say, then get and pass through. But if they tell you, say, these are people where he be to say, they're ready for do anything. But we know they go to war to Guinea because they're our neighbors. You have Sierra Leone in Guinea, you have Guineans in Sierra Leone. So the waiting me they appeal to the current government. First of all, let me make sure say the communication straight in terms of disseminating the information about Yenga. We know all this they say this and this they say that. Let's get one communication where they reach with people. Then the next thing, let we engage in dialogue.
All right.
Let we engage in collaborative efforts. Me fit to say we they get there.
Okay. So now we're still in the east. We'll just come Yenga quick. We'll go now inside corner. Beside Alex say we get one triangle right now. Koidu Limited versus the First Lady. We're not so battling them, but however, it's like two people in a one place, 10 of the meat on one side. We see what on one hand, one person charging company $20 million, and the other person. When come back, it's like not double. He actually double and $50 million. So Koidu is more or less blaming the First Lady for interference. I mean, it go beyond power and the likes, and then say, okay, well, because of they lost this kind of money, then charge them $20 million. So this is not just the random question where the ordinary Sierra Leonean go ask is. Are they saying that as a First Lady, actually get right for tell people and say enough is enough. Let's take them upon WeSafe and do this XYZ. Let's start with you, Mohamed.
One thing for those who case not going to court. You don't go to court? The case not going to court?
No.
You're not going to court it. Only then, before they go to court, we get right for comment on them. Each and only England. Now the monarchy not go to court. You know, answerable to the law. This was an easy issue. First Lady say they go demonstrate on behalf of your people. You don't agree with the sackings. Whatever might have transpired is best known between First Lady and holders. If any conflicts of the sort come, say they go to the law. What do you mean they talk? Before I said a lot about it at AYV. Now, why I they talk a little or less is because in media law, and media ethics, as long as a case day in the hands of the laws, the lawyers them, holders and this, that, we forget less into our opinions, commentaries, and views. Now, they are all. Not to say I don't be for talk, uti are for talk. But now time is not no more in my favor. And as a journalist, a mediator between government and society, I get for hold on to the ethics of my profession for integrity's sake.
No, we just the thing is we just dey look am from the neutral lens, so say any other person go say na so because on one hand one party they feel like say, oh, me mama don't come, it don't come fit for me, and sometimes me uncle in don't say, in don't vex because it contributes to me mama for men me, because when you look at the situation, because this is more or less saying we say they contribute by the money where the country they make, and now they don't can't tell we say we not for this say we say don't lost boku money. You
Okay,
understand?
now
In that
let
regard.
me come into that. Take, for example, the executive powers of the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Among them is a fountain of justice. We are members of the signatory to the International Labour Organization, right? We got to Mineral Act, right? We got to Sierra Leone Labour Congress, right? We got unions there, right? First lady be talks a good day, but a knowledgeable to a man also. Also, be talk. Now, me and Kosho are the best. President Bio gets right for taking unilateral decision without anybody even ask her. Also,
Yes.
is the president of the country. If he so wish, he can make a decision, but all this between exactly we said instantly. And there is an agreement between government and all these mineral companies there. Right? Agreement day. They get out a meter. If he doesn't follow the rules, he go waiting. He go pack up. Also, this is all the contradictory issues the way people say, usualize for weekly before you talk. Right? The fountain of justice, who is the president, before even the strike and after the strike, he got right for talk what you want to. He's the father of the nation. He did it. He went where it go. He go with them. I believe say Fatima be first lady. Now you like a ceremonial head. Listen, in politics, Fatima lady by definition political is the ceremonial head of this country. He get right for participating in events, he even represent your husband. He get right for representing himself in any event so far of national or non-national issue. She's a first lady and a respectable lady. Okay, now there's another conflict. Inside there, we already say dog cabinet. Listen, then the very dog cabinet where he talk, but was appointed by his own husband, who is President Bio.
Right, okay. So
At the camp. This is freedom. This is freedom. And you invite somebody where a bit to say, I don't get more than 3 decades in journalism. The conflict, right? Just why did you refer dog cabinet? First chief minister went there, the minister of mines. So therefore, to the average man, Fatima Bio, it don't begin for demonstration on behalf of the Koran people, and equally also if we continue nationwide, also, because she's a ceremonial head, right? But the particular difference is between him and going to law. Each and every one of us get right for represent a group of people whenever they need. She don't do bad to me. Yeah, sure. She's a human.
Okay.
And if you own decision here and say that people they disadvantage them, she's human. You go throw in cap as first lady, go represent them. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that say the president, when your husband said will take a decision. No. Contradictions. I wonder you know go tell it all. That doesn't mean to say because she participates, the law will get justice. No.
all right, okay.
Because there are some technicalities that will make you
Not
know.
to- yes.
Where afterwards, you get for counsel on the table.
That's all.
This is it.
Okay.
So for the very critical regionalize them, who they handle this issue, let me not grow with anxiety.
Yes, that's so. So, Manelo, just quickly in that regard, let's look at the economic impact because we made for understand, say, over about 1,000 Sierra Leoneans now, they don't lost their job. And looking at the current situation, even though, yes, one goes say that they can't cry, say, I'm being played foul. And now it's like that foul, they been that halfway with the game, pata, you may get nothing. And you get speaking, you get family and the likes.
Yeah, it got a lot of economic impact where the effects really negative, especially on the life of the over 1,000 people that the management of Koindu lay off from work. You know, just to talk about them as individual, we make up over 1,000, but you're thinking about the dependent them.
Yes.
And over 1,000 people then we for pay NRA tax, they're not able to pay again from their salary. NACIT contribution, they're not able to pay again. All the taxes then, Also, all they don't get economic impact, in fact, to the state, and even to them as individual. Now, going back to the issue. The issue, all we know, this matter has not been going to court. Not in a court, before no judicial end domain. Both parties asked the lawyers for rights. And both parties don't write, the lawyer, the legal team don't write. So we know say you not go it in a court. We not see any court paper it. So at least journalists just got to be cautious enough of whose label you want for tick, and whose side you want for whole. But both parties don't see what the demands. This one they demand 20 million.
This other one say 50.
This one they say apology plus 50 million. So you look at the O2, they will tell you say, I go on for say the O2 get right for care several courts. Yeah. But again, one for look at the morality of the whole thing about the First Lady, the action. I am not the mouthpiece of the First Lady. What the First Lady did, she did it in good faith. Edwam as a Sierra Leonean, Edwam as a mother of the state, Edwam for sure say she is in solidarity with people who are suffering, who have been deprived of the legitimate rights in the place of work. Yes, the First Lady might have done some wrong things. Then they will not take from him. Some wrong things, and then maybe we will say this. You know, people if you don't do this, if you don't do this. Yes, right. Yeah, but for the morality's point of view, any First Lady, anybody will get him and say, I'm feeling like a First Lady, go do what he do. If yourself make am known, say, I come here so, I not come here as a First Lady. Because? I come here so as a descendant of Kono District. I come here so on behalf of my brother and sister and Sierra Leoneans.
Because when you look at her again, Mane, the ordinary person go tell you, say, she had a choice for sit on her house and say, and they do nothing. Do your thing. Yes. That is why my husband appoints these people away under the responsibility, like the Ministry of Labor and the likes. Yeah. So it take up on it, say, but Alex say, what you do, don't go the other way around.
You go say that they say, if you don't see them, because they not to electoral, or not to an appointee of a husband.
Yes.
A husband appoint ministers the way that their responsibility that one day for intercede for service and intermediary. Now, if you listen to the First Lady in recent audio we make, it that those ministers me don't go deep. They know me listen to them. I mentioned Rado, the Honorable Rado Swari, that he went there. Yes. But the people feel say because the minister, the labor minister, takes side with the workers them, then no one for listen to her again. According to the First Lady, this I am quoting authoritatively from the video of the First Lady, what she said yesterday, that they feel say because it takes side with them, so they not go one time again for talk with them. They don't want to get any dealings with the Minister of Labor. So they asked the First Lady, according to her, I said the Koidu management asked them for come into the issue. But prior to that, they say we don't invite the management of the Koidu. Now Freetown, where they all be sit on a round table, they bring out some suggestions, recommendations. Where they say even though they may be reluctant to them, but they obey them. They strive for, they start for abide to what he tell them. They will advise them, and then we begin for carrying that out until the matter fall in another way. Now, they go decide for go. This time, that they call and say, not to grab on the own foolishness.
Yes.
That they call and for go. So if the matter don't turn this way, and now they are challenging her, for me, as a Sierra I see a big effort to First Lady, a FTI to First Lady. In no state in the world, in no country in the world, for like foreign coming in, they take a First Lady to court when they fight, when they just fight for the people of Sierra Leone, not for the people of South Africa. For the people of Sierra Leone. So if they say they challenge the First Lady because the First Lady flout on administrative principle, on administrative rules, yes, it can happen. Yes, but she was doing it in
a good faith. Yes.
So if you say they challenge the First Lady, we as Sierra Leone, we see her as a bigger force, as a big FTI.
All right. So I'm sure Kande, hello?
Yes.
Hello, Kande?
Yeah, they get to them.
All right. I want to ask quickly if you agree with what the guest and say, but let's just connect them with what happen at the state broadcaster. Even though they say na consultation they get, na meeting they get, but when you watch it's a bit similar. For you see staff then come on and say enough is enough. It's similar to Koidu. I mean, this brings me to the question: is the people way actually they are being appointed for me the lead we na salon? I mean, they'll take the Ministry of Labor there because it gets for do it entirely in this case, in this regard. When people they cry foul for waiting they want, especially at the workplace them, and you don't do in the media field, you don't study them so far you understand, and looking at the nature of work and look at the action of waiting state broadcaster SABC then do the stuff then do, and then just connect them with waiting happen na Koidu. Is it that if we not try for settle this, we see more of this the kind of different institution there, we're inclusive of even government institutions them?
Thank you very much. This is a clear signal that tell we see we entire labor system or we entire work system or workforce system na salon gets issue. The issue of SLBC and also the one them na Koidu Holdings, this na labor matter. Where the Koidu Holdings, they are Sierra Leoneans. Yes, the workers then demand for better condition of service. Same thing goes to the SLBC, then demand for better condition of service. So it tell we say governments need for do something for address issue of conditions of service for Sierra Leoneans. Governments now employ most of the people, but I tell you say the one the way government employ themselves they cry because government able meet to the demand. If government be set the pace for lead, I'm sure them private company they all go to that line there. What thing that they mean? This na a country who say we take when we the first for investor them, we say let investor them come. We always they make sure say the investors they know they do what you say. Now we they do what the investor then say. Because we do go bell them, buy them for let them come. We say let them come. How would they give una tax concession? Would they give una this? Would they give una that? Would they give una that? And then international company, they always keep one pay the rate. But now always now government, now they tell and say, hey, now so we they pay out, now so we they pay out, now so we they do. Not knowing say then they do with young people and bad. So the overall system, now salon in terms of labor problem, this not so today it starts. Koidu Holding business not start today, doing Pakaba and Tenai starts. It come out there, it come Madabio Pakaba, Madabio it be head of state, it continue after that and Escoma can't take over, after that Madabio can't take over. This problem don't turn big problem. Now we continue in terms of labor issue, particular Koidu Holdings. The same thing for SLBC, they don't demand for better condition of service. The Minister of Labor by then, I be Minister of Information, when Arado. Now in a Minister of Information, in every settle that issue. Now it don't can be Labor Minister, the same SLBC people then still they go back. So you see, we know they settle the problem then. We just they go halfway and then we feel they don't settle and then it emanates again. So this is a big crisis for we country and governments need to do something for make it cut across. Not only Koidu Holdings, not only SLBC, you get teachers the way they facing the same thing when they need better condition of service. You get doctors then when they want for strike, they will take you transfer, you go so. You get a lot of people where they suffer in silence for same condition of service. So this is a big menace. Now we can't see Sierra Leone where government for address. Not to one we go address them, but now time we go take for address them. Let me take you through to the Koidu Holdings if you can allow me for diving into that. You give me some latitude. When President Bill take governance in 2018, around April, he said they can make sure it transform the mining sector. And he go do that through the players them. Where did he? It could be the NMA, National Mineral Agency, the Ministry of Mines, the justice system, and all sorts of things. Me, I be expect much from him because of a mining background we get, so we go settle all the impasse here once and for all. To the National Mineral Agency, he then try to develop a strategic plan, whether from 2020 to 2025 what we they so. They say this plan what they do, number one, they say that for strengthening, you understand, the agency in role and other players they make sure say they do. What thing they say that they do, they say for strengthening governance and legislation framework for improve regulatory and oversight institutional capacity. That's one what they say that they do. Number two, they say they go increase in the information of knowledge and capacity, you understand, for natural resources. That's number two. The other one, they say they will make sure say they increase the revenue generation catalyst for contribute to a broader scale, where they say the country go to get money. Number four, they say they will make sure say they empower all their communities and they let them benefit what they forget. But now, the Anti-Corruption Commission, when he issue a press release, he say Koidu Holdings in default per tax, they're waiting for labor this, per that. So where are these players? When they say then they develop this thing from 2020 to 2025 with this one. So meaning they were not doing their work. They were not doing their work. If they do their work, I don't think say First Lady gets any right for coming to this thing. Yes, she's a Sierra Leonean. He get it right, but he not get to even for come. The players they were involved, therefore don't do all the things they for do, then count independent arbitrator. When they can arbitrate between the employers and the employees, and then therefore don't settle the issue. But the arbitrators, they are not independent. You go to, they say they go to VP office, they come out, they go to chief minister. From there now, they go to first lady. These are not independent arbitrators. They always go take sides at the end of the day. So you go end up say, you go try for help the people there, but also the catch there, you are doing it for score cheap political points. And the feel for the people of Koidu Holdings, the workman them, because now sometimes for buy cook yourself now kono very difficult because of work no day. The money when they sell fish, not go sell fish again. All it get side effects. But I'm calling on the government for take this very, very serious and don't call on the company for make sure they respect the dignity of the workers them. Then we all sit in the same page. We get sober arbitrators for we settle this impasse.
All right. This say you sit on my shoulder that you want for beats rest day. Now, in relation to this whole labor thing and Koidu and SLBC, now quickly, large self don't give them position. And let's just take this one and say, they say a nationwide audit of the welfare of media practitioners will be conducted by the ministry. Firstly, Mane, I'm sure I'd want for actually throw to Mame, but you know, youngies and you understand, it cannot be argued to say we get media poverty now the country will fail we safe, yeah. But again, this position with Sludge don't stay, they say then go actually look into first. Do you think say it's timely, or is it that then do them because the state broadcaster now anything happened to so?
For me, I don't want to say whether it's timely or not. What necessitates the whole action because of what happened from the state broadcasters where they stage protests. And when they carry out their findings, it comes from some of the reasons them or some of the demands that they make, these workers that they make. And if you notice or we notice some of the things that we do they make and that they get poor services. Then all they get the big wage or the big grid, they not correspond to it they not aligned. You see some workers are not already up to decade. They're not paid.
They need pay them fine.
So they just come 2 years, they pay higher than that. So they not aligned. So all this aggravate the whole issue. Now, if large they say they look into them, it's okay, it's good because perhaps that will be for salvage the situation. We're not going to occur because this is the second time or third time where for me I conscious say SLBC they don't stage protest on that. When some of the findings where they mention that they talk about the things that we lead to that, as I just mentioned, say even though they get rights for protest, but they be caution and say the rights for protest
forget
limitation, and they're not for be violence, but suicide they may be violence against one of the journalists.
Yes, so company.
And all of you. And other somebody gave me say go hide because of the maker.
Max, yes.
Say go burn down the building. Other than violence. And as a journalist, as a profession like this one, we are the expects we call it journalists that get for yes, you will do it vex, you get right to vex, but you get for know how you manage your anger. You get for know how you tailor you complain. We always talk about issues, national issues. So if we get issues personally, if we know how we tailor them, to the right channel. But in the whole, government come inside, Labour come inside, Ministry of Information come inside, Slash come inside. I think they don't get a roadmap. Right. So we have to go. And so we wait for see what could come out of the roadmap.
So now, quickly to you, Mohamed. SLBC, since 1934, there or so, first West Africa. I mean, one go argue, say, if we don't go past this. So also, basically, you think, say, with your vast knowledge and experience so far we get in the field, also you think, say, I mean, things actually went out?
No, it's a problem. Adika, me, I always say contrary because I'm not a member of Slash. I'm a veteran we be the veteran association and I belong. I don't pass that slash side. Let me tell you. Let me begin to slash. Let's slash before you talk peace. Now that my host, make sure say peace then I host first. And they come. This way they can.
So you say Sludge not get peace?
Let me tell you. Let's slash tell we let it on them first from the tell to Jan come give them 20 million to 40 million and it's going to give them money. And they come. Reality is reality. Reality is reality.
Okay.
The people who don't mean they admire patronizing, like two Washington Post reporters, them where shall say Richard Nixon bear the pain for what you do. These are the people in journalism. Journalism, no, I mean, we have to be practical. Before they think about SNBC, let me audit large force. What did Madame Bio give them? What did Escoroma give them? What did Uda again? Give them. What did the money go for? Let me tell you. Slash don't get right for ask about only authority for audit. That's the work of audit department because partly government, partly waiting. I tell you this. Let me look. Slash don't get the authority for ask SLBC for audit them. That's the responsibility of audit department because audit department on the audit the SLBC for quite a long time.
But I will tell you, say they get members there when I staff for the way then the part of Sludge. So I mean, you get for reach out for you.
Sludge they take responsibility for protect the members them, right? For waiting. If they don't satisfy, let them go to the labor court. But they can't say them because they talk they go audit Sludge because SLBC because of it. No, they don't get the authority. I tell you this. Go back to the archives them. Sludge don't get the authority for acts. For audit them other than audits come when a year come the audit SNBC. They tell you the final day. Right, let me say something. The Minister of Information will talk back. Now I make I blame most of the colleagues when they go press briefing. And say some people there, he talked about this last Tuesday. He was the mediator. Some people that lie say that they pay them almost 600, which of course they pay them the minimum wage and even above. Most of it when they talk at that meeting day, when they get information before you include this day, were lies. It's all come back. You understand? Eh? You just talk, you don't know about talk. It's not reality. So what we talk about reality, that is the work of the Minister of Information. For those, there is a financial crisis, but it's not a financial crisis. You don't know what is happening with SLBC. SLBC for quite a long time, favoritism. I worked nepotism, political differences. Now, it divided SLBC. It divided by salary, it divided by program priorities. Them. I'll tell you this. I'm Mohamed Kamara. I worked as editor for Elvis Banabo for all in two consecutive appointments we get. I worked for a newspaper, what you call investigator. They were all coming there. I knew. SLBC is divided because of ethnic taste, tribal taste, political taste, and favoritism, and even nepotism. That is why don't come together. Remember what will happen? SLBC don't go ever get an authority who will respect the boss because they're not in the same tribe. Right? I tell you this. Let me tell you, even the program where they give somebody for a program presenter, they join us themselves. So the campaign there everywhere is an immoral issue. It's also a financial issue. It's an immoral issue. Immoral issue based on the fact that it's an institution. All internal for happen there. You understand?
Yes.
The boss is a political appointee. Right? Who is the second? And the very professional staff. You understand? Then they begin to finger them. You go out there because you know this. You go out there because you. This is what is happening to SLBC. You don't come to reality. You understand?
Okay.
So when A tribe get more money, B tribe get lesser, the C tribe get lesser, it get waiting. Worrisome. Borders, it get more qualification that will get big money. Right? But because it's favorable by the system, it's favorable by the political system, that's why the problem is. I will tell you, say, because it's favorable by the political system, that political person where they are abroad, where they all belong to the same political taste, will manipulate the salary. It's happening in the SLBC. Let's be practical. So to me, SLBC forgets an alternative.
Right.
If you don't abide by the laws, these are our laws. If you cannot, these are our laws approved by the government of the Republic of Australia. If you don't avoid, go elsewhere. Because after all, they get a lot of grants per year.
Okay.
From university. They don't get a job. We need a centralization of the job. Each province for getting staff. SLBC staff for them, my kidney, and Bo. Well, something happen at Pujo. They are already outside. Bogo usually run the push staff without them for trying to they don't stop for so many years. They don't live up to international standard because of this. What's it? Man to man watch. Not very practical.
So quick one. Hello, Kande.
Yeah, hello. I did get to now.
Yes, so we're not getting enough time now, favor. Just quick one, let's just rub mods by this. Edmond Abubi there now with Sister Ediana Epic, and so it's based on findings, and as it stands now, we don't get a decrease in the fuel price by 17%. I mean, research could tell you said for barrel now it cost about $61 or so, but we still Nasalonia so they buy fuel at 27. At this point, we just want to know what you need for what you need for happen right now.
You see, fuel now a commodity way very, very important in the world generally. I've been read through the OPEC reports where they say the fuel price don't decrease, don't go down drastically.
Yes.
But again, Sierra Leone, we still there at the level at which we sell. Now, because of the cartel within the fuel industry in Sierra Leone, I always the same, and I'm not afraid for same. Yeah. You know, the one day within at the studio, then will tell you my nickname at the media, because how things stay now, so at the talker. The cartel na the fuel industry, now then they block this price make in Okando. How it happen? If na been fuel price now hit up now na the world markets, I they tell you say that weekday, then the the price go up. Even though they don't buy the stock at a cheaper rate, they still go raise up, they make double profits. So if the fuel don't come down na the world market according to OPEC, then report, me to say for God, yes, I understand say then are business people, yeah, they might buy the stock at a bit higher, the tailway fuel been they up now before sell a let go down, but at least now the PRA with they in charge of fuel for regulate, and also the Ministry of Trade and also the players then for don't tell them say when fuel can go up, UNACEF can just put them up drastically because of the time where it go up. And they can make profits. Now, if not time they say for beer that kind of losses, we not say they will get that kind of losses, but at least let them say let them adjust for let the average Sierra Leonean making self free to say the fuel it don't reduce. And if they continue so, say the fuel price they go back, they not they reduce her, so they still they continue. So I they call on the PRA, where they in charge of the Petroleum Regulatory Authority. Let them call them players there now and tell them for let them do something as soon as possible.
Right.
If you they go na field station for go pump fuel, Salon are the only side where they go for go pump fuel. You pump 10 liter, you know they get 10 liter. You know they get 10 liter. If not lie, go with your motor car and go with a 5-gallon rubber. Let them pump now the 5-gallon rubber in the sea floor. But when they pump now the motor car, now breeze and bubbles, now in they go inside it. These are cartel, these are network. Where a bit to say you go buy fuel, you put on a motor car. Instead of the 5 liter take you side for go, you begin to say, hey, but this motor car they burn. No, you know they burn. And a substandard fuel now they get yonder. America, who send me this presently, you get fuel where a bit to say that they sell you this fuel, this station. So say they sell $2.99. You get the other sell $3. You get the other say you get different class of fuel where you would get. So also you able for buy you buy them. But na salon where one filling station say they sell you low. People in the feds against that say if you sell the car they want and they sell. Now won't get the same earning power. So we call on the authorities we're concerned. Despite what they happen at the country, the drama too much, everything, distraction, whatever, the fuel price don't come down. Right. Let them work on them as soon as possible for let the people enjoy say the fuel price don't come down.
Yes, quick one, Mane. Kind of say na cartel, but I want to quote quickly from Edmond. He said Waka Fine in fact they buy fuel at 24 leones. 23 leones, yes, thank you there. So you got to wonder, is it not time for we actually make a change? Or again, arguably, other person, they will tell you, say, no, it be so, like, we talk no more. That's because we not get side for key. Because say we talk by the dog, talk by the bone back. If we be both sides. We actually ready as a country, I mean, with all your vast knowledge where you get, for actually think, say, things go the right way. Because as it stands, anybody asks right now will tell you, say, I want to feel can do. But are we prepared? I mean, the mechanisms, are they enough? Are they in place for ensure, say, yes, we're ready for going that footpath? Or again, one go say, maybe because of the cartel code can they there make it a favor the Waka Fine team and the ordinary Sierra Leoneans them, it's the other way for them.
Well, now, if it's interesting for make you know, say, the Waka Fine bosses, no, get a special ownership. There is something we still fishy. We not come out clearly to the public about this Waka Fine boss. So if then they buy at 23, Leons we we just talk about. And then the normal car, they buy 27 Leons. That is a problem. Coming back to your question, say whether we are ready for acting that way. The question go on for come back whether we'll be ready when the price go up now the world market, and then the quick for is the price up. We'll be ready, and the way the price go down at the world market, we know the British on us alone. So it's not about readiness. It's about gross wickedness to a country. People don't just, our leaders and just not feel say, therefore they take the interest of, get the interest of the people that are at. Because if you they say, we're not about ready, not about mechanism, we have the mechanism, we have the structure. Because if the structure not be there, they're not going to say, OPAC don't increase fuel. And we say for increase them. They fast for increase. In fact, before OPAC they increase, they don't increase them. But when it go down from the world market, they know they can do.
It'll take good time.
So the problem is not to whether na structure. It's about gross wickedness and inhumanity.
All right, okay. I see, Mama,
Yeah,
we're not getting enough time here.
Just come up
yes.
sweetly.
Okay.
What do Mr. Sise mean by cartel? I will tell you, say, what do Mr. Gary mean by cartel? I will tell you, say, most of the few selected fuel importers, they are owned by what it shares them by the most influential people in society. That is clear. Most of these importers, now the people the way they shareholders, they are the same influential people in society. So when they increase, not a question of international factor, not a question of say shipment for cargo, not a question of if you get 50%, then they get 25%, then they get 25%, make it 100%. Sometimes you fear the delay, sometimes you fear the delay. Why don't go tell them and say, why don't use 10%, if you don't pay back more than why? Or say that is not true. Okay. The problem is that whatever fear issues they are putting through, the hands in it, they are the same influential people in society, and they are shareholders to it, and it is corrected. That problem they will ever stop.
All right, plenty. Thank you, Mohamed Kamara from Humanity Newspaper, and Candace Sise will join me all the way virtually in the United States, and James Mane, we're a journalist. The rest of the program will be continued by Mohamed Bake Kamara, and quickly I'll also tell thank you to James Tamba, we're the programs manager for Voice of Kisi Radio. Now, going to give you the latest updates of the current situation where they happen there. Now, let's transition with Know the Law on civic responsibility and join lawyer A.R. Fofana.
The law, na salon, it provide for what we call the duties of a citizen in Section 13, Act number 6 of 1991 Constitution. It make provision for say, every citizen shall abide by this Constitution, respect its ideals and institutions. That is to say, all man na salon, no matter who that you be, no matter whose position you hold, we all for make sure say we respect the Constitution. The Constitution first na the document where na in the guide how this country for be governed. That is to say, what we supposed for do, what we not for do, what the government for do to us we, and what the government for do to us we. Again, respect the ideals and institutions. All other established institutions, government institutions, where this Constitution make provision for me to exist, we get roles and responsibility for more we respect the institutions they are. For example, we get the police force, we get the military, we get fire force, we get prison. Prison now then they call them correctional service.
Authorities said Monday that 20 people were killed and nearly 2,000 prisoners escaped during Sunday's attack on the capital.
To sport,
what a fairy tale story here. There they are, the champions of Africa.
In entertainment, and Semusu tourism with plenty other issues.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride. So we day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
Every weekday on Slick Television, Channel 37, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tune in and stay informed like never before.
The Today Show, only on Slick Television. Every second that the society they make headline and the issue them can up now we aid, even for clear them kintikanga.
In Sierra Leone, a new drug is turning young people into zombies.
So important for broke down the issue then for let the public understand.
Now that's make what they bring come to you. The Today Show. We get segments where they range from interviews on the big issues.
Sierra Leone authorities said Monday that 20 people were killed and nearly 2,000 prisoners escaped during Sunday's attack on the capital.
To sport,
what a fairy tale story here. There they are, the champions of Africa.
In entertainment, and Semusu tourism with plenty other issues.
Get ready for the roller coaster ride. So we day-to-day story them as we dive deep into the heart of the matter.
Every weekday on Slick Television, Channel 37, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tune in and stay informed like never before.
The Today Show, only on Slick Television. Every second
Constitution make provision for me to exist. We get roles and responsibility for more we respect the institutions they are. For example, we get the police force, we get the military, we get fire force, we get prison. Prison now then they call them correctional service center. I'll go further again and look at what you look at. For respect the national flag. Now that make you observe say salon for any time they put flag down. All vehicle for stop, all man for make sure say we respect when they put the flag down and when they AC flag up. National anthem. We all know say Salon will get national anthem. When you go school, we get the various stanzas there. Stanza 1, 2, and more. Again, we for make sure say we respect the authorities, people them, where them all office there, where now this constitution make provision for say them for exist. Or any other law where them pass through na parliament for say this officer for exist, the person with the older officer will forget respect for him. The next point again, we look at what thing, cultivate a sense of nationalism and patriotism. The issue of loyalty to the state. This is now one important thing where I want to understand this afternoon. When we talk about loyalty to the state, we means the state. The state and the government are two different institutions. That is to say, we be loyal to the state. Any total to do in this country for be in the best interest of the state. Loyalty to the state, if for make sure say it override means it is against any other thing we want for put before. Tribalism, nepotism, sectionalism, all the things for put them aside. We for make sure say now the country for be number one. Again, help to enhance power, prestige, good name of the state and defend the state and the national service. One important thing we also for know this afternoon that the most important we go for respect the prestige of the state. Remember, you na Sierra Leonean, me na Sierra Leonean. Anything we will do, we go for affect the state. Anything we will do, we go for damage or dent the image of this country. Now we all get for reflect on. That is to say, nationalism, patriotism. The country in business for be number one. We for put aside with selfish interests we get for we own self or for any other thing we will try for pursue. Respect the dignity, religion of other people. If you observe, say, in Chapter 3 of this same constitution, Chapter 3 make provision for the fundamental human rights. This Chapter 3, it make provision of from Section 15 to Section 28 up to Section 29, Act number 6 of 1991 Constitution. They tell you about voting, fundamental human rights. Make positive and useful contribution to the advancement, progress and well-being of the community. For any Southside day, make sure say contribute to the development of that community day. Now that make we get what we call community development studies. In that, we get things that we for do now the community, for let the community progress. Remember that we get community setting, we get what we call a national setting, we get global setting. That if we start and first now host. Now that make they always say charity begins at home. What is start now host, now it continue in our streets. We'll make sure say as Salone person, we respect the law. The respect of the law is very important. If you don't respect the law, that is to say, you're not going to respect other person's rights. That by virtue of the provision of the Constitution and other law than a Salone, for say, for respect the rights of other people, the right to life. No kill the company. When you kill the company, the law can bet you. Not slap somebody. When you slap somebody, then they arrest you and then charge in a court for what they call assault. For make sure say we always be law abiding. Now, ensure proper control and upbringing of his children and wards. This now one important thing this. First time, what we know now that this country, you no need for this person for being you picking for a controller. When you control other person picking, that same picking they become somebody in the country. You understand? If you just look, who left picking and just behave how they want for live, it go for affect you tomorrow. The picking them, now they go for become people in this country, or they go for control this country tomorrow. But if you not bring up picking them fine, it get for affect you. Participate and defend all democratic process. Now, in this, now that make, like you say, we get election. One of the responsibility now that if you don't qualify for be a voter, somebody who for vote during an election, where you don't reach the age of 18 years, or before election, you go for reach 18 years of age, you for make sure say you register for vote. You for take part by all democratic process. All the process them where you for do as a citizen. Another aspect they tell you about, render assistance to appropriate and lawful agencies. Now Salone, we get the Sierra Leone police. The Sierra Leone police, now the established institution where the constitution make provision for say, them for exist, for investigate, detect crime, and detain and arrest people and charge go court. But one interesting thing is that the Police Act of 1964, by section 4, it tell we say the police then get duties or them for perform. If you refer again to the same documents now, the Police Act of 1964, they tell we say the police then get certain responsibility where then they perform. Like what you're watching so. Police, they investigate crime, then arrest offenders. They arrest offenders and they make sure say they detain, they investigate, then charge go court. But we go for be law abiding. What in the obedience of law they talk about. Now, as a citizen now, Salone, if you not respect the law not go respect you. Now that make you get the rule of law. The rule of law they tell you about what in equality before the law. The same way how them for treat Mr. A, now the same way back and treat Mr. B. Not feel say because you get connection, you feel say you go scot-free. The law need to encourage that one day. For end this topic this afternoon, I want to tell you and say Salone now a democratic state. That is to say, we for no say we get duty for perform. We get role and for play for make sure say Salone democracy is all water. We make sure say we not take part by anything we go affect the peace of this country. One important thing what I want for hand up with for say this afternoon we forget in our mind say ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. In the face of impossible odds, people who love this country will change it. We all like this country. We get tendency for change the country for it become the place where we want this country for be. Salone, now we all get them. Salone man, they for live na Salone for enjoy that kind way how for enjoy. Salone a country we as Sierra Leonean, lo like we country, lo put to country first, lo we respect other people and rights, lo we make sure say we learn for do the correct thing. Thank you very much, mi family, tata.
According to one of we virtual guests, the Mona Kandesi, there's a particular cartel with the inside the fuel system they already played. Whenever the fuel price go down, please let we realize Saloya, please. Anyways, thank you very much, Rabia Tumansai, for taking me through the first half of the show. As of now, they welcome with sports updates with Mohamed Toby Kagbo inside the second half of the show. Welcome, Toby.
Good afternoon, Baki, to viewers all over the world. This your segment will tell you what happened in the world of sports, ranging from local to international, and we're not just limited to just football, as we consider all other sporting associations for us equal as football. But arguably, football, of course, are the most loved and watched sports in the world. Sure. Even the owners of basketball clubs then get football clubs where then they support. So this is South Africa. Sierra Leone in a group with South Africa, all been drawn in Group A. Now the under-20 Nations Cup we currently play in Egypt. So the young Bafana don't seal the qualification to the finals, and they will play against a team we knocked Sierra Leone under-20 team out of the quarterfinals and in the tournament as a whole, where now Morocco then been secured a win yesterday against one of the North African opponents, where now Egypt by a goal to nil. So South Africa don't secure an automatic qualification to the under-20 FIFA World Cup, and as well on guarantee a place to play the under-20 final. And this is the first time they are reaching the final in the history of South African football. So at the age of 34, he's still winning trophy. This is Karim Benzema for Al Ittihad. Al Ittihad just done be crowned champions in the Saudi Pro League. And this is a man where arguably one of the best strikers with the world don't see. Captain Real Madrid, score some memorable goals for Real Madrid, and now don't continue that in the Saudi Pro League. At 34, Karim Benzema don't win the Saudi Pro League with Al Ittihad in second season with the club. We go still to bring to you some of the updates to make the headlines in the world of sport. So Morocco secure a 1-0 victory yesterday against the host nation, Egypt. But in as much as Egypt able to make them through to the finals, but they don't secure the ultimate dream when they qualify for the FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Chile. So Morocco, where defeats Leon Stars, where defeats Under-20 Shooting Stars in the quarterfinals, they already set on book their sports. They will play against South Africa in the grand final of the Under-20 Championship in Egypt. So arguably you might say Sierra Leone been in a group as tougher, and yet still don't get one of the teams over there in Group A don't qualify to the final, and the team will knock way out in the quarterfinal as well, where now Morocco to advance to the final. So Ronaldo again for all the reasons, Ronaldo for all the big reasons. So Cristiano Ronaldo arguably now don't top the list of the highest paid athletes again. When they use the word athletes, you could be surprised. Say, why they're not just limited to footballers? No way. Yeah. But the word athlete means say anybody we involved in sports activity. Hence, you are getting paid. This man is the highest paid athlete in the world, and he's not just that. At the age of 40, he's the most fit athlete in the world. Ronaldo not a drink Coke. Okay. Ronaldo is not into alcohol. He's not a kind of player where you can find out say maybe is humanizing. No way, because Georgiana, I give them over close to 5 or 6 or 8 years now. Okay, Mohamed Tobila Oli, and amongst them reasons there, which you feel say some of the technical reasons that where you feel say the Master Sabi people them go don't assume Ronaldo in this position for him be the highest paid athletes in the world. Well, it's got to deal with how much you have been paid yearly, because they know they check by week now, so based on yearly and based on the contract where Ronaldo been signed for El Nassr, the fundamental for in sign one for ensure say Saudi want to host the next World Cup after the 2024, 2025, 6, 7, 8. So it means by 2030, Saudi Arabia want to hold the FIFA World Cup, and they already achieved the dream because they already don't grant them the opportunity. That is why they keep up to $10 billion. Wow. Now, the Minister of Sport been decided for disburse to all of the teams. You find out, say, this not the reason why make some big stars decide for joining the Saudi Pro League. So Barcelona don't win the champions for the first time after 9 years. Then on they try for win the Spanish La Liga. But of course, it's a team where you will be proud of. Hansi Felix, the German international in the fourth season, they don't win the title with Barcelona. So Real Madrid, they go the season trophyless under Carlo Ancelotti, and of course they don't part with him. They go likely or already replace him with Xabi Alonso. We will take Real Madrid next season as the head coach. So Barcelona miss out in the Champions League semi-finals, but now they don't qualify. They already clinched the trophy as the champions of the Spanish La Liga. There are more interesting stories where we will follow up shortly. So this is something really catching. The man in front of your big screen is Novak Djokovic. Djokovic is a lawn tennis player. Okay. And this is somebody where Chicham, that is high school. A Chicham. And this power you see now is called John at 79 years. Wow. So Djokovic decides, okay, make I go back to my school, Usai, it all started, and see how it looked like. So when you go to the school, you find out, say, somebody with Chicham way back, would expect at the age of 79 now for the retire from the work. But the beautiful moment of this, because of see Djokovic, after a long while, he's no longer working for this school. And of course, in life, change immediately. Wow. According to the old man, he's still at work because he wants to sustain in family. So this is a typical example, say, not to everybody with the overseas, you feel like everything is bright and beautiful. You can be 80 years, 90 years, you get for work, for put food on your table. That is just a typical example. Athletic Bilbao return back to Champions League football after almost 10 years. They don't miss out. They know they play Champions League football. And this Athletic Bilbao team, I remember back then in 2008, 9, 10 Champions League season, they upset Manchester United, upset several big clubs in Europe, and then sell a lot of players by then, and then get the club captain is a legend, Munain. They're part of this history now. They don't return back to Champions League, and arguably one of the most outstanding youngster in the league, which is Nico Williams. So they don't return back to Champions League football after 9 years. And this, when you play Champions League football, it's difficult for the players left your club because Nico Williams, as you see, one of the bright prospects in European football, and a lot of clubs they go after the young man. But with Champions League football now for a club, it could be very difficult for clubs for splashing the cash and get Nico for joining. Barcelona is a favorite candidate, might lead the race for signing. But for this time, because there is a lot more in store for you inside the Today Show, we are second to none, and we always there for you the very best. Continue for day with we as they go through other segments. But for now, not all it will get for you inside Sports Update.
Thank you very much, Mohamed Tobikagbo, for the take with this analysis inside this sports world. I don't want to say football world, inside the sports world, exactly. So up next, we join Paulina Samba for the health tips we concern rainy season.
Party them and welcome to Today Health Tips. The rain don't come, breeze don't cold, but we all sabising at the same time this plenty sickness than Kimwaka. Now we talk small but how we for keep ourselves safe and healthy during this rainy season. Tip 1. Try for build your immune system. This na time where cold and flu can come quick. So, eat boku orange, lemon, and guava, and all the other fruits them will get vitamin C. You go still benefit if you drink warm ginger or turmeric tea. It go help for protect your body. Tip 2. Try for the keep your body dry and warm. No dey left your umbrella or raincoat now also. If rain soak you, try for change your clothes quick one. Soak clothes can cause sickness them like rashes and ringworm. So, always dey keep yourself warm, especially in the morning and night. Tip 3. Mind wetin you dey eat. Rainy season no to time follow you dey eat all kinds in the streets. Then can get dirty or bad water. Try for the eat well-cooked food na house. Wash your fruits and vegetables fine one and drink clean water, like water from filter or boil one. Tip 4. Protect yourself from them mosquito them. Rainy season na time wey can bring boku mosquito them because of dirty water. Make sure say you no get standing water na your yard. Use mosquito nets, spray or cream. This go help you know for catch malaria or other mosquito sickness them. Tip 5. Do small exercise na your house. If you see for say outside rain dey come or place soak, no make let that stop you. You still go able for do small stretches them or dance or yoga inside your house. This go help you for feel better and keep your body active. Me paddy, love it try for take care of yourself this rainy season. Oh. Stay warm, stay dry and stay wise. Health na wealth.
From that's health tips, one for join Slim Peasy virtually for the ENT.
Yo, what's up, world? What's up, everybody? I go by the name Slim to the PZ. You already know this na the corner right here on Slick TV channel 37. You don't know. Yes, of course, you know, I can do a week in, week out. I can get me brother them with a part of the entertainment industry for join me, talk about the arts, the stories, and how they make things happen. So today, I get me brother man MPF in the building.
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing, brother?
Doing great.
How you feeling?
Feeling great.
Great.
Love
All
to
right.
be
So
here.
MPF, like I'm super shocked. What's the MPF mean?
It's like a abbreviation of my full name.
Oh, what's not the full name then?
Mohammed Pamomo Fofana.
Mohammed Pamomo Fofana. So it's MPF. All right. MPF, of course, I don't tell them say you're into arts. You know what I mean? I can get different people with the car. You get movie directors, fashionistas. Then women shoes and they go, if you say you're not a fashionista. So tell them what exactly they do.
Well, I'm an artist, you know, upcoming artist. You know,
That's
I'm based
good.
in the U.S., but I'm a Sierra Leonean as well, you know, but basically grew up in Sierra Leone and U.S., like a little bit of both sides. Yeah.
All right, that's good. So when I check on you, when I follow up, I find out, say, you sound be influenced from where you small, where you grew up. You don't get this passion for music.
Absolutely.
You know, you been a dance, and then you also been a follow Michael Jackson. But I don't forget
Definitely.
more details about you getting into music and how you discover your talent.
Definitely. I feel like you mentioned, I grew up in a musical household.
Yeah.
Like everybody in my family loves music, including like my dad, who's like even more. He's like more on the professional side of life. Like, you know, he's like a lawyer and attorney, but he's a big music lover.
Okay.
And you know, everybody else in my family, mom, dad, you know, sometimes you just be at the house and you just be hearing the radio, and so I just become inclined with music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So professionally, when you get to the business side of the music?
Well, before ever I started like, you know, doing music, I started writing songs.
Oh.
So I started writing songs back in late 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, but back then, you know, it was just writing songs and just keeping it in the safe. You know, I never had like the intention of actually recording, because you know, growing up in an African household, if you tell, you know, your parents that you want to do music full time, they're gonna be like, you know, like other thing than they, apart from music, you can take, yeah. So I mean, so back then it was just writing the songs, the lyrics, and just keeping it in the safe. But after that, in 2022, it was one of those dirty Decembers. So I was like, 2021, my fault. It was one of those dirty Decembers. I was in Sierra Leone. I came here and I met two of my other cousins who already did music at the time.
Yep.
So one time, you know, I was just freestyling, and you know, this niggas they caught up on me. They were like, "You do music?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I do music, but it's low key. It's not something I'm trying to do professionally at the time." So with time, you know, the same December, they were like, "You have to go to the studio." So I went to the studio, recorded my first song with them, and from there on, I was like, "Yeah, this is something I want to do."
Okay.
Yeah.
So how you call the kind of music where you make?
For me, cause I feel like I can do all type of music, but you can say like, cause mostly I'm known for like Afro beats, Afro swing, Afro fusion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at you transition now from here to the States. Within the time where you cousin and can caught up with you. Yeah. You be done fully then at the States, or now when you been there before you go to the States?
Yeah, so I was here because I was going to Lebanese school.
Okay.
Yeah, but every other summer I used to go back and come back, like every other December, just go and come back the holidays.
Yeah.
So it was mostly like in and out until like 2023 when I actually left for good.
All right.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about you there now, you in the States, and then mostly your music where you make them for back home.
Yeah.
You there and you promote your song now. Is it a challenge, or you feel like saying an opportunity for make you get more cash and then say let things work for you now? What do you think?
I feel like certain things, like to me, even if I'm over there, I'm still Salomon. So even if I try to promote my song is out here, it's because I'm trying to embrace the culture.
Yeah.
I'm trying to embrace Salon music. I'm trying to push Salon music go before. So like, I don't really I'm not really concerned about it, about, you know, like if it's gonna be tough, you know, promoting out here. At the end of the day, I just want people to hear me, to know who MPF is.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's look at you making the music now. What's how you can gather your inspiration from when you want to make your music? Is it that you can don't design what you want to talk about on paper, you know, saying that this story I want to tell before you go to the studio, or you know that kind of artist when like on the spot artist?
On the spot. Like,
really?
It's crazy. I just need to hear a beat, honestly.
And then you make the beat. What's like a relationship since you don't come at the industry with other artists then?
Honestly, I've not been able to like, you know, link up with other artists, because since I actually left, I released my first single when I was in the States.
Okay.
So since I left in 23, this is my first time coming back. Like, yeah, so I've actually not been able to link up with most of the Sierra Leone artists out here. But like I said, this is my aim coming out here, trying to embrace the culture, meet new people, meet new like artists in the industry. Because, you know, I want everybody to know that, yeah, I'm part of this. I'm willing to work with whoever is ready to work.
All right, that's good. So let's take one song from MPF, and then when we come right after that, we'll continue for talk to MPF.
Tell me what you want from me, baby, where your answer? Tell me what you want from me, baby, where your answer? Tell me what you want from me, baby, where your answer? Tell me what you want from me, baby, where your answer? Finally, me self done bounce. Me no one mix, but you mix up, box up. Me just one vibe, I get a piece of my mind. What's it gonna be? Stop wasting our time. Finally, me self done bounce. Me no one mix, but you mix up, box up. Me just one vibe, I get a piece of my mind. What's it gonna be? Stop wasting our time. I don't want you to have a reason to love me. I don't want you to have a reason to love me. So baby, just reason with me now. I'm tryna set it down with you now. Not tryna jump around and leave you now. For this kind of love, I'm ready to fall. Tell me what you want from me, baby, where your answer? Tell me what you want from me, baby, where your answer?
All right, so guys, that's Tell Me from our brother in the studios, MPF. And of course, we'll talk small about this sound. MPF, this is the visualizer. Is this out yet?
It's out.
It's out right now.
Yeah.
All right, so now you shoot this video or now back in the States?
Back in the States.
It looks good. Now you direct them or you get a team with direct them for you?
I feel like it was from both ends. You know, I also gave my own take, and of course the director as well. They did their stuff. I feel like, you know, thumbs up to them. Shout out Phantom Shots. You know, they did a great job.
That's a beautiful one, by the way. So outside music, what else you do?
I'm also in school. You know, I'm studying. Also in the States. You know, trying to also, you know, get like different side of things as well. But yeah.
So how you balance? Cause for being an artist and get other thing we do sometimes can be so much tasking and it can be very crazy for balance. So how you able to manage your time between the two?
Well, like for me right now as a person, like there's one thing I've able to master, and that's scheduling myself.
Okay.
And you know, most of the time when I'm in school, I go quiet. You know, because I'm just trying to lock in for that moment. But apart from that, you know, when I'm on holidays, I do what I love to do, and that's music.
All right. As a new artist right now in the industry, what do you look forward to right now? Whose kind of support you need from Sierra Leoneans and even for fellow artists as well? What do you look forward to? Which kind of support you need?
I just feel like support that would push Salone music over forward. Like, I feel like there's a lot of talent out here in Sierra Leone, and we just gotta embrace ourselves, embrace our culture, embrace our own sound, and push yourself as a whole, you know, like put aside every little thing, you know, that we might have like against each other and just try to focus on the main goal, and that's putting Sierra Leone on the map.
That's beautiful. All right, so you get anything other than this out yet, other than this video we currently don't watch?
Not really, but my EP is coming out soon.
All right.
Next week. It's called My Path Forward.
Okay.
6 songs in there. My Forward. MPF.
Beautiful one.
Definitely.
Okay, it's okay. The EP is titled
My Path Forward.
Okay.
MPF.
All right.
Yeah.
So when is it dropping?
It's gonna be dropping next week, Thursday. I did say Wednesday on my, but it's gonna be Thursday for sure.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about the EP. How many songs are on the EP?
It's gonna be 6 songs.
6 songs. Is there anything like featurings on the song?
Nah, it's a solo EP.
So all about you. Yeah. What about the production? Include anybody from back home here, or you just do everything back in the States?
Definitely. Well, like for Tell Me, for instance, you know, like the beat, the instrumental was done by Justo. He's a Nigerian. Shout out Justo. And it was also mixed by one of the biggest producers and engineers out here, Jazzy Josie.
Okay.
Shout out Jazzy Josie as well. But apart from that, all the other songs on the EP were like mixed by one of the biggest engineers in the States, and Aiden Duncan. He's worked for big artists like Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy, and them. So yeah.
All right. So you say they be out next week.
Yeah.
All right. So how Salone Man we did watch this interview? We will actually get this album go get them.
You can check it. It's going to be on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Audiomack, and you name it. It's going to be out there.
The album is titled MPF My Path
Forward
by MPF. Huh?
Yes,
all right, guys. So that's all. I mean, quickly before you go, what will be your message to Sierra Leoneans we don't take them time for? I mean, watch this interview between the two.
I'm gonna say, you know, just stay tuned. You know, we just starting. Like, the journey is just starting. We have more hits coming, and we have a long journey. You know, we just gotta like stay together, embrace the music, like I said, and you know, push Salone go before.
That's what's up. Absolutely. All right, quick one. Drop some. At least let them feel small by your voice. You know, artists, not come like an artist and go let's say you know to artists. So tell them what you can do. Just short one and then say title.
All right. Fine Salone TT. Sabi do that thing that keeps me coming. Running back to you for when it's flooding. And for sure they got jealous for saying it's toxic. But listen, bun up, it's in them now. Got every other day that make I feel safe. Wanna feel your kind of rapper there, babe. Got me singing like I'm lost in the
Okay. That's a bad one. Anyways, that's MPF right here on Slick TV. This night, the corner with me, myself, and I, Slim to the pizza with them vibes. So we'll link up again for another episode. I'm signing out. Blessings.
Away from that one day, let's join the Niger Tomoy for the tech news.
Welcome to your technology news update. I am Denejasia Tumoy. Big news from gamers today. Microsoft has announced that they will be increasing the price of their Xbox consoles and game around the world. This means that if you're planning to buy an Xbox Series X or Series S, or even some of their older consoles, you will likely have to pay more money for them soon. The price increase will also affect the games that you buy for your Xbox. This includes both the physical discs you might buy in a store, as well as digital games you download from the Xbox online store. So, whether you prefer to own a physical copy or digital copy, you can expect to see higher prices. Microsoft has said that these price changes are happening in most countries where Xbox products are sold. They haven't given a single reason for this decision, but it's likely due to a mix of factors that affect businesses globally, such as cost of making and shipping the console and games. For those who are already subscribed to the Xbox Game Pass, Microsoft has not yet announced any changes to the subscription price. Xbox Game Pass is a service where you pay a monthly fee to access a large library of games. So for now, the price of Game Pass seems to be staying the same. This news will likely be disappointing for many gamers who were hoping to buy an Xbox or new games. It means that gaming might become a bit more expensive for Xbox fans in the near future. It's a good idea to keep an eye out for when these price changes will officially take effect in your region. If you are planning on making any purchases, that's all on your technology news update. I am Denejasia Tumoy. Thank you for watching.
As we take the flight schedule for tomorrow, let's dive into Saturday's flight schedule to ensure you have all the information you need for a smooth journey. Starting with the Sea Coach boat service, there is a bright and early departure at 5 o'clock a.m. Aska Airlines flight KP023 will depart from Banjul, making stops in Freetown at 8:05 a.m. Accra and finally arriving in Lome at 8:45 a.m. Next stop at 8:30 a.m. Aska Airlines flight KP043 will take off from Freetown and head to Lome, arriving at 9:10 a.m. In the afternoon at 1 o'clock p.m., Aska Airlines flight KP022 will depart Lome, stopping Freetown at 4 o'clock p.m. and arriving in Banjul at 4:45 p.m. At 4:05 p.m., another Aska Airlines flight will leave Lome and head to Accra and then to Freetown. Also in the afternoon at 4 o'clock p.m., Air Senegal flight HC213/4 is scheduled to leave Dakar, arriving in Banjul at 6:55 p.m. and Freetown at 7:50 p.m. For those traveling overnight, at 9:30 p.m., Turkish Airlines flight TK533/4 will depart from Istanbul with a stop in Ouagadougou before arriving in Freetown at 1:10 a.m. and continuing back to Istanbul at 2:10 a.m. And this is all we get for now inside the flight schedule, and wish you now a safe flight or safe traveling. So as of now, we dive into the headlines baskets. We've been joined by Reginald Obuano-Jukutu-Soya for the take with you. Welcome, Reginald.
Thank you very much, Baki. Good afternoon, viewers, and it's always a pleasure here for the headline review.
Of course, and you want to start with a particular story we concern the Vice Chancellor when, of course, we don't say Milsi Magai Technical University, they don't get the new chancellor when Engineer Mohamed Ejalo, where they don't install. So we want to see the ceremony we reporter John Abdullah go take yesterday.
Addressing this gathering of academics and relatives to the new Chancellor, the Minister of Technical and Higher Education, Dr. Ramatoulaye Wuri, appreciated the former Chancellor and court members for their selfless service to transition the institution from a polytechnic status.
The inauguration of the new Chancellor and the installation of the university court members of Milti Magai Technical University. And this is following the expiration of the term of the former court. At this point, I would like to thank the former Chancellor, Dr. Victor Kabia, and the members of the former court for their selfless service in providing strategic direction to the university during a critical phase of the institution transitioning from a polytechnic to a technical university. Under their leadership, a firm foundation was laid, and I am confident that the new court will build upon that.
While congratulating the new Chancellor and court members, she admonished them to uphold the highest standard of governance, transparency and accountability.
I want to formally congratulate the new Chancellor and urge the new Chancellor and the court members to uphold the highest standards of governance, transparency and accountability. Your leadership is crucial in steering MMTU to become a beacon of technical and professional excellence, not only within our borders, but across the region. I encourage all of us to collectively strive to nurture an environment that empowers our students and contributes meaningfully to the development of Sierra Leone. I install you as the Chancellor of the Milton Magai Technical University for a triennial period of 2025 to 2028. Congratulations, Mr. Chancellor.
Until his appointment to Miltimagai Technical University less than a month ago, the new Chancellor, Engineer Mohamed A. Jallow, was the head of the country's National Council for Technical Vocational and Other Academic Awards, NCTVA Secretariat. He pledged a leadership style of inclusivity for the betterment of the university and the country.
If I had been told that I will one day be pronounced as Chancellor of this great institution, I may not have affirmed that at the time. But as Almighty will have it, here I am today being decorated as Chancellor of Miltimagai Technical University. I thank Allah for His bounteous mercies. This role is unique and huge in every sense of the word. I am therefore entering into it with firm conviction, dedication, and a willingness to urge, to succeed and to do more.
Formerly Miltimagai College of Education and Technology, previously known as Miltimagai Teachers College, the institution of higher learning, which was recently upgraded to a university, a degree awarded status, is located in the western area with 3 campuses at Congo Cross, Brookfield and Goderich. It was established in 1963 and is named after Sierra Leone's first Prime Minister, Sam Miltimagai. Reporting for Slick TV, John M. Abdullahi.
Many thanks to John Abdullahi. We filing that report today. Well, away from that one, the Legal Aid Board being organized a press conference for celebrate the 10th year of existence since the start operation. This event may happen at the head office now Wilberforce Street, na Freetown. We own Aminata Kamara Bindede and I'm filing this report.
The Sierra Leone Legal Aid Board celebrates their 10th anniversary, where they mark a decade of providing free legal services to marginalized communities across the country. Then established inside 2015 under the Legal Aid Act. The Legal Aid Board don't play a crucial role for ensuring access to justice for individuals who are not able to afford private legal representation for all man. Executive Director of the Legal Aid Board been sharing experience where you don't get over the years since them start operations.
When you get poor man lawyer, in the world pass money man lawyer, now any country na big deal. Now they turn cases the away every day. Where some man can you get money, this kind of case na big money case. Lawyer no go appear here. If lawyer appear, the judge go vex, pass association go vex. All day that talk you live on my house. And the poor man now in the street, what did they say? You touch me legally. One day, even a million street, I come on a door at Timam veranda. I see one man at telephone. When I legally go, I jump first, I go inside the parlor. And they wait for you, can you go there? Don't go there now. No, that me ready for. Don't go talk and then I don't done a day. I said to myself, not so legal late. People they don't take us serious. We thank God. and today we are 10 years. We don't touch more than 2 million Sierra
Chief Justice of Sierra Leone, Komba Kamanda, say he impressed with the work where Legal Aid Board don't they do over the years.
The Legal Aid Board, and in particular the Executive Director, for your steadfast commitment in ensuring that the people of this country get accessible justice. I mean, I know that for the past 10 years, it has not been easy. But I also know that you have done extremely well. If that was not the case, definitely I would have told you. Because your work is directly related to what we do and the judiciary.
Attorney General Alpha Cisse reaffirmed the government in support towards the Legal Aid Board and the people of Sierra Leone.
I want to assure una say, for government, una work, una sacrifice, una time una give to this, no will be in vain, because we want to continue for support una. We want to see how we will move from 59 paralegals to at least 190 paralegals who will in every chiefdom in this country.
The Legal Aid Board, them decade-long journey, don't strengthen the rule of law, protect fundamental rights, and provide legal education to undeserved communities. Them, as them they enter them second decade, the board remain committed for bridge the gap na the justice sector, and also ensure safe, fair legal representation day for all man. For Stick TV News, I'm Amara Freeton.
That's the Legal Aid Board. They celebrate 10 years of excellence. That's a good one. So Reginald, wait you get for we now the headlines basket.
So yes, we go straight now to the various newspapers and we get the Concord Times newspaper publication already. We get a big catchy headline. It says Dr. Ibrahim Bangura, not a sponsor of NRM. And there's a photo of Dr. Ibrahim Bangura. A breed of fresh air, I did it. One of the people, one of the intended flag bearer candidate or aspirants for the main opposition, All People's Congress. And also another headline, we get EcoBank partners with cacao sector stakeholders to boost agriculture. And then I think we go take this one, Ambassador Jusu begins tour of duty and IPRP partners engages stakeholders on procurement mandate. So some of these are some of the things there, but of course you know see this NRM an organ in the main opposition comprises of young people then.
So what you call the youth wing inside the All People's Congress?
I think say it good because now they get people away no hockey with the veterans and the party. And all that. So Dr. Ibrahim Bangura, of course, being a young person, maybe allegedly people don't decide say na in the sponsor and the finance them and all. But I think he put out this clearly that not only the sponsor them and also let's just see how we can able for rush now to we next paper and then look at what he gets for it. Alright, so this one it has to do with a conviction with the anti-corruption commission and do. Well, I think this BNT they don't be very much active.
Exactly.
So we should say ACC don't indict John Jabati when I've been the executive secretary, Philip Johnson, and also when I've been the accountant, and our Michael Cisse when I've been the procurement officer, and also Tijan Kagbo when I've been the assistant finance officer of the Nuclear Safety and Radiation Protection Authority on 97 counts of corruption allegation. So these are the names and ACC already don't give an indictment back here. And I think it was yesterday or the first time they talk about the and then Mohamed Kouma from McKinney, Tonka would also they don't win that case there against that individually, and now it's this one. So I think we've seen the ACC now very, very much active in fighting corruption out of the country.
Yes, Reginald, like nobody see, and 97 counts the way they see, so in total, they see 100 person, way before say, of course, now, John Jabati, he alone gets 66 counts charge.
Wow.
With the side, so in get the heavyweight of the charges, you understand? And of course, this all they show how effective is the ACC that you work towards curtailing, if not put to stop corruption in the country.
And it's a very big, staggering amount. We understand this all gets for the with misappropriation of funds of over 900,000 euros, which is just closer to $1 billion. And all for where they misappropriate and all, and so ACC since now one of the mandates now for look at public funds and see how they can come in with the you know say ACC now then get the eagle eye and come in and see make just demand explanation and ensure people will be accountable for their action. So away from that one, we get the Awoko newspaper publication. We get a big banner headline. So one of our will take now that Kenema banned drugstore from treating Mpox patients and all. So Pegapac does not cure Mpox. Health experts, the bomb. Why meet?
Reginald, so this one very much interest as they read themselves, they see the interest part. So like we don't see this they go viral. Someone they say
put off Pegagene.
Exactly. Someone they say Pegagene and they cure Mpox and all. In better they put this disclaimer right away because people they go with that notion. They say Pegapac, of course, Mpox are the big border of that chickenpox. So since chickenpox,
I mean they see flyer and all, you see some man he just they bust the Pegagene anyhow. I think say good that the health expert don't say Pegagene not to cure for Mpox.
Exactly.
So when you get Mpox, go to the right place and go for its treatment. And let's move quickly to political newspaper. Political newspaper they report say lightning strike kills 3 in Connaught. This is scary because we already in just May now. We not even go October and thunder don't begin for. And then we get opposition rejects Paran as lack of parliament. Mpox is a test to the health sector. One, we get a photo of the clerk of parliament, Param Tawali, and also a photo of the Minister of Health, with Dr. Austin Dembi. And also, I think this one, we don't talk about time beside the opposition. All People's Congress don't say they're not going to accept Param as the clerk of parliament and incite instances. Remember, me not so a parliamentarian, but parliament get them standing orders. And according to the opposition leader for the main opposition, All People's Congress, he say some of the standing orders in the clerk already.
You mean Honorable Abdul right?
Yes, exactly. Don't break them, so they need for take them off. And then after that one, we go to see again another publication. I think is it Expo Times or so. Let's just see. We get something like the sort, something like similar. Opposition leader calls for resignation of clerk of parliament, political ambition, and also we can't talk about the short.
Yes, was it what for the regional? Was it last week where we work commander say the clerk of parliament was it he where ensure how it be manipulates for help the governments for
exactly.
So like all of
and
these.
Also, he's one of the aspirants them we don't show intention for contest for the National Secretary General of the Sierra Leone People's Party, and the Constitution states and clearly that you have to resign when you want for go for public office, particularly when you still serve. So if you watch APC, Timbo resigned as the Deputy National Secretary General because he want to go for flag bearer. So that is some of the rules that we then get when they call standing orders. So I think that is why they are challenging some of these things. And also it's going to be a long one because the opposition not making for reason clearly, and I think it's a big test for the leadership of parliament, the speaker, the deputy, and other senior people in the parliament for see how they able for look at this and implement. It's all about implementing the standing orders when they guide them. And you know, see parliament now a body where they regulate itself and all, a good that to establish that. But I think we will see how far this particular one will go, and then whether the clerk will resign and then continue with his political ambition, or he go drop the one and continue the other one. We go see how far we can go with that.
So Reginald, the Kalama would say now that we don't talk this nice sister program, you understand it? Integrity, this thing they call integrity, and the only thing that they make you sustain your respect in society after power go left you. But if you push aside integrity in terms of we governing of power, just imagine which alone you get.
Integrity is at play here.
Yeah.
So we all, like I say, we all expect for see the well, not only the clerk, but if you're a public official, yes, you receive fund from the consolidated fund, then I think you just need to do the right thing. Last time we see MP there with them, where them we don't win, them we didn't have parliament, but them pull in like Honorable Usman Timbo and a couple of other Honorable Alpha Rashid from Fullerton, couple of other honorables there. Them pull the honorable then because them they receive public funds and then go contest for an election. So I think it's just the implementation of the law. Devoid the political party or affiliation with the person belongs to back it.
So then it just like no way we be one they say you're not going to wonder the whistle. Anyways,
yeah, you cannot be a player and a referee at the same time.
At the same time, not possible.
I think that's it. That's it.
Thank you very much, Reginald Obano.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. And it's Friday today.
Exactly.
It's my favorite day. I love Friday so
I did
much.
tell you. Anyways, it's a wrap. One for tell Boku. Thank you to all the one. Make sure say this program comes to on a live and direct and more enjoyable manner. Thank you very much. One for tell. Thank you to the one in our control for make sure say everything, every segment meets you at the right spots. One for tell Boku. Thank you to the chief producer as well for letting make sure say everything they in the right place. Thank you very much, and until we see next week, Mina Mohamed Bake Kamara.
And me, Reginald Brian Ojukutu Sawyer. Have a wonderful weekend.